Dennis Herrera show. It is actually 11 a.m. here in Honduras. Hopefully, we don't have too much wind. Seems to be a little bit calm so that you guys can actually hear. As you're getting in here, please check in. Let me know that you are watching this live. Let me reach my drink. Yeah. Live from San Pedro Sula. Now, ever since day one that I've been here, I've been taking drinks with zero sugar, 0 calories, as they say. Happy Mac. Return of the Mac. Ozzy, good morning, good afternoon. This drink has 12% sodium, so that's okay. I can take sodium. Vitamin D, zero. Zero iron, magnesium, 19 milligrams. Chlorurous, 300, I don't know what the hell that is. Zinc and potassium, 2%. Calcium, 50 milligram, 4%. Anyway, so I take these drinks here while I am in Honduras, and I take a pack of Immersion C just to make sure that I still got my vitamin C, and that I stay hydrated. Happy Mac, happy Dennis. Good morning, my brothers. Good morning, Robert. Good to see you guys. I want to see if I can get some libtards in here. We're going to talk a little bit about the genocide in Iran. I find it interesting. Some people already commented on my shorts already this morning. So this is no sightseeing. It looks like it might rain on me, and the reason why I'm here is because behind me, I don't know if you can see that, but behind me they're actually tearing apart this little mountain behind me. And what they're doing is they're gathering just dirt, I guess. Yeah. Looks like it's just dirt. They actually go all the way up there. They have a little path down here on the side of the mountain that's not protected. And they actually do some digging. And then you can see right here, this is all dirt that has come up from the top as they try to break down the mountain. It is lunchtime. Now, they're making me some bean soup inside, so I'll get to it eventually. But I do have to make this live here so that we can talk a little bit about what's going on. Osron, man, yeah, I got deported. I self-deported to Honduras, but it is a self-deport that is temporary. As an American citizen, they want me to go back to the States. Apparently, they don't want me here in Honduras because I'm too MAGA strong. Hopefully, the audio is okay because this is the phone's audio. I will tell you, though, I do have mixed feelings on the real. I know a lot of people give me shit about having an accent and being Hispanic and being MAGA 100%. I am privileged. I really am. I am really privileged, but most importantly, I am very honored to be able to be an American citizen as well. I love the people here. My Honduras will always be my country. I was born here, and I love it. I love every single bit of it. And if I was to live here, I would be very, very happy living here. Just so that you know, the thing in Honduras. Let's talk about it a little bit, right? Let's talk about Honduras a little bit. It is a third world country, and so there's a lot of advancements, technology that is so far behind. I hear they issued a U.S. citizens leave now from Iran. I'm surprised anyone has stayed this long. Hey, man, that's crazy. We'll get back to Iran. For now, let's focus on Honduras, where I'm at. And if you guys are watching this live, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I know I've been very slow doing my lives here while I've been in Honduras. I will be heading back. Don't worry, able to annoy you all the way from Washington State. But for now, I am here in Honduras. Junior, laugh out loud on my message. I sent him a picture of the walk that I was doing yesterday on my live. Some people were actually asking me if I was wearing my MAGA hat. Well, number one, I'm in Honduras. There is no MAGA here in Honduras. If anything, it would be a MAGA, make Honduras great again. But you know what? I am not into the politics to run here in Honduras. I'm actually going to do that in Washington State, and I'm looking forward to it. We're going in there blindly, but we're going to pray and hope that God is going to be guiding us on the new trail that we're going to be blazing. Here in Honduras, there's a lot of poverty. My man, what's happening, man? Good to see you. You guys keep interrupting me here. Let's see. Did you see the video of the ICE agent telling some Hispanic dude that he was detaining him for having an accent? Yes. Why do I have a number 2 by my name? Because you have commented more than number 3. I think it's just the interactions, how often you actually interact in the chat, and you get to have a level of interaction. So you're number 2 and Robert is number 1. So here's the thing. All right, let me just go ahead and hit this real quick with ICE, okay? But I do want to tell you about Honduras. The thing with ICE, if they are catching people with accents, I know it sounds like a very stupid thing, and if we didn't have an invasion in the United States of America, I would be probably more concerned about it. I will kind of see it as a prejudice thing. But the way that I see it, it's we had an invasion of illegal migrants into our country. And I feel like, yeah, if they saw me and they think that I'm Hispanic and I have this accent and they wanted to question my citizenship, sure, why not? I feel as an American citizen that I should be able to cooperate, make their job easier, right? You have to understand this. A lot of people give me crap about not serving in the military in the United States of America. And I have told people many times, not everybody is meant to serve in the military. That is not the only way that you can be an American patriot, okay? That is not the only way. So what I'm saying is, if you're not ICE, if you're not the police, if you're an American citizen, even if you are a resident alien, right, with a green card, okay, it should be your wanting to cooperate, but I believe it's more of your duty as a patriot, as a person that wants to live in the States, as a person that wants to have a future for their children, to cooperate. And you have to be understanding about something, okay? It's even though we're not the police, even though we're not serving, we do have a duty. And if we can't enforce laws, we can at least cooperate with the law enforcement. Now, guys, if you guys hear a lot of noise in the wind, let me know, and I'll just take this inside or somewhere else, okay? I really wanted to be outdoors, you know, very, very wild back here, not city, nothing like that, very natural. I don't have anything to block the wind. Maybe I'll just put my hand here. I don't know if that helps. Let's see, do you carry your green card and passport everywhere? If not, they're not buying. I'm a cooperating citizen. Okay, great. When I became a citizen, right? I don't know about birthright citizenship, but when I became a naturalized citizen, there has been many instances where I had to give my fingerprints. I had to give my fingerprints for passport. I had to give my fingerprints for green card. I had to give my fingerprints again for citizenship. And so, okay, appreciate it. And so I don't mind cooperating. I know that if they take a picture of me, they will scan my face. And if I look like another Mexican, another Honduran, another Hispanic, maybe Middle Eastern, Greek, Italiano, whatever it is, you know what? So what? Let them do that. You know, a lot of people give this excuse about, oh my God, my privacy, my Fourth Amendment. Shut the hell up about this Fourth Amendment. Nobody's taking away your privacy. What's wrong with you? These are Americans finding out about Americans. Just cooperate. It's very easy, very easy. All right, so I don't have a problem to say, hey, Dennis, you got an accent. Do you have a citizenship? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have a citizenship. If you can't find me in the system, allow me to go home. Actually, you take me home and I'll show you my papers. If that's what it takes, guys, I always have my license with me. You know, I know my social security number. I know all that stuff, and they got my picture in the system. So there's that. Team Hype says you have one of the most ridiculous haircuts I have ever seen in my life. Team Hype, I don't even know what the hell you look like. As far as I'm concerned, you probably look just as ugly as my left nut, but I'm not making comments about your looks. Stop being so superficial. You don't understand my haircut, so shut the hell up. Don't insult me, bro. I will literally destroy you with insults. Let's see, Craig, let's talk about your last short, please. Correct your definition of genocide, and please don't skip around what you said. So, the reason why I call it genocide is because, see, you guys don't have to see the news. When you see people disappearing by the hundreds of thousands, and you guys don't see that on the news, regardless of what you think genocide is, I'm going to tell you something. If people are out there calling what Israel is doing with Palestinians a genocide, by that same definition, it is a genocide. Now, is it their own people doing it? Sure. It doesn't matter who does it. It is happening. And that's what I understand about it. Now, you can agree with me or not. That's okay. It doesn't matter. It is kind of a mullet. It is meant to be a mohawk, but I let my size grow. So that's what you're looking at. Okay, and this one, this is actually when I'm at home, my wife actually braids my hair. That's how I like my long hair braided. So I don't like it loose like this. I'm just outside. Cindy, how are you? Good to see you in here. It is gorgeous there. Hope you're enjoying. Oh, absolutely, 100%. Cray Miss, let's agree to disagree. You can call it murder. I agree with that as well. I believe that there is an atrocity happening over there. I believe there's a bunch of things happening, and I call it a genocide because that's what the left likes to call things. Let's see, who messaged? Of course, Team Hype. You have a mullet just like the people in the trailer park. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'll let that comment ride. Why not? Nothing wrong with that. Boy, you look more and more like my left nut. Keep talking, Team Hype. Happy Mag. Yes, it is. Iranians are ethically Persians, not Islamic Arabs. Oh, see, there you go. Happy Mag believes that it is a genocide. How about that? Hey, baby. How are you, Bubba? Yes, I am doing a live, my love. I know. My wife checks in on me to see if I'm working. She says, enjoy your happy mini vacation. And then she tells me to get my butt to work. Cray Miss, just so you know, I agree with you. Don't worry about it, okay? It's just, I'm trying to use the wording that leftist people understand, okay? That's just how it is. Travis, how are you? Welcome to the chat. They're jealous they can't grow hair. I'm gonna tell you something, my man. I am losing my hair, okay, up here. Just for those of you who are checking, I'm losing my hair up in the top. And so I made a commitment. When I was a kid, I used to have long hair. And so I said, before I finish losing this hair on the top, I am gonna grow the back. Like that. And my wife is waiting for me so that she can braid my hair. She's already saying, hurry up and come back. I was actually going to change my flight date to the end of the month of February. Bill Leslie, 100%. 100%. Hair today, gone tomorrow. I like that. I like that. I like it. Yeah, so I do like this, right? I do like this right here because it was cut this way, just the mohawk. But then it's like, if you want this back here thicker, you have to grow the side. So I don't know. I will probably cut the side again. The way that it looks, because it's really bold right here on the side, all the way back. My wife laughs at my hair because she said that Tongans cut their hair like this. They have the short hair on top, and then they got the long mullet in the back. Oh man, maybe I am a little bit Tongan. Who knows? See? Don't change the date, says the wife. All right, fine. We'll come back next week. I will have to let it go long. We'll see. There, you guys are throwing me off. There is actually a procedure, like a laser procedure, that they make like a hairline, and then they do some laser procedure, and it makes new hair come out. Now, I don't know if that was legit. I saw this commercial. I'm thinking about it. Definitely, if I win for governor, I will do that treatment. I will try to get the thicker hair going on, and who knows, maybe a little implant. Why not? It is the thing to do nowadays. Now, I know my wife, it doesn't matter how ugly I get as I get older. She thinks I'm the handsome guy and she loves me. In all honesty, that's really all that matters. But let's be honest here between me and you, just so that you know me, okay? I'm a guy that likes to smell good. Like I like to wear cologne. But I don't like to wear cologne just because I want women or other people to smell me. No, I want to smell it. So if I say I'm going to fix my hair, it's because I want to see my hair that way. If I shave my head, it's because I want to see my head that way. So there's that. Suzona, how you doing? You can do the Trump comb over. Did you get a lollipop with that haircut, says Daisy. I cut my own hair. I know, you can tell. I cut my own hair. Get rosemary oil and mix it with avocado oil. Your hair will grow back. Cindy, there is I don't know if it's, I don't know, guys. Listen, I have this shampoo that I use, okay? Now, I don't want to say the name because I'm not over here. I'm not getting sponsored. But I'll tell you something. If it works, I will go ahead and ask them to sponsor the videos, okay? But here's the thing. I stressed a lot, okay? And I lost a lot of hair, especially when I stress a lot, my hair goes off. But it used to be, well, you shower, right, and you grab your hair, it's like, oh my God, all this hair, like cat hairs just come off your head. And then now it's like I've been washing my hair for like the last 5-6 months, and it's not falling off. So this little bit that I have here, it's staying on, and maybe that's all I want. Who knows? But we'll try to get more hair. I will take you up on that rosemary oil, because I do have rosemary oil, but I don't have avocado oil to mix in. The problem is that when you're putting a lot of oil on your hair, by nature, my hair gets very oily, and it looks thinner, right? When it's oily, it looks thinner. So who knows? Maybe I'll use this oil, even though it's going to look very thin and disappointing myself looking at the thin hair. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for a couple of months and see how we go. Let's see. Don't spend money on that. It costs a lot. Nutrafol for men works. Man, some people are sponsoring over here. What's going on, guys? If you want to sponsor something, Johnny. It looks like a mullet. We're going to call it a mullet for now. But yeah. Normally I would spike a little bit on the front, but on the top. But I have to regrow it. Hopefully I can regrow it. If not, it's all going away completely. Even the long hair. All right, let's see. Did we invade Hawaii yet? I don't know about that. I don't know what you call Hawaii. I haven't heard anything about Hawaii. But if you're talking about the lands and all that stuff, that's stupid, greedy people doing that kind of stuff. I don't agree with. I feel that some of the land in Hawaii should be federalized, but a lot of the land in Hawaii should be more for the actual native Hawaiians. The problem with that is just like, I mean, we're evolving, and when something becomes a state, it has to keep up with everything else, okay? I will talk about Honduras if you guys stop bringing me away to another point. But just like in American Samoa, you have Western Samoa, which is completely independent from, anybody. and they're just Samoan. But American Samoa is a very small island, and they're not a state. It's just a territory. So they're not citizens who can vote. They are not we the people. They are just nationals, which means they have every single right as a resident alien green card holder. Okay, so it's a good thing that they're not citizens or state, because then they will take over just like they did with Hawaii and everything else that has become a state. And I think it's important to maintain some of the original culture of the land. So Samoans, if you're Samoan and you're born in Samoa, you automatically have land in the island, and nobody can sell it. Nobody can take it away from you as long as you keep living in there. That's the rule. That's why a lot of Samoans, they bury their people in the land so that nobody can take it ever. Okay. Now I don't know how that works, because a lot of people are actually moving out of the island. For some reason, when you live in paradise for so long, you get used to it and you don't appreciate it anymore. American Samoa also has a problem like the Hondurans do when it comes to garbage, polluting the waters. People need to be held accountable, and they need to really want the country to continue to move on, in a good way. But people just throw garbage everywhere. In Samoa, not as much, right? They clean it up pretty good. But there's still the few people that like to throw garbage in the ocean. They have no regard for nature. They don't take care of the space that they're in. So even if they live in this beautiful paradise area, they just don't take care of it. And I think that's a big problem, unfortunately. So anyways, let me go ahead and talk about Honduras here. Honduras is nature-wise, it's very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Hey, Mike, how are you? Welcome to the chat. The people that live in the poor areas, they just throw garbage everywhere. I don't know if you caught anybody when I go live and I walk down the streets. Some people just like they're riding in the bus and they throw the garbage out, and it doesn't matter where. They just throw it out, and they just don't care. It's like it's not a big deal to them. But you find like these bottles, right? Like if I'm walking down the street, this bottle goes with me until I have a garbage can to throw it in. Okay, and I think that's the big difference. What somebody says, dig a hole. What? Somebody got blocked. Burning 47, welcome to the chat. The Matthew says, did you get deported? I self-deported. I wanted to be in Honduras so bad that I self-deported. Dig a hole and put yourself in, it says that guy. Oh, man. Horrible. All right, if you guys don't like the view of, let's see, of the digging or the destruction of the side of the mountain, we can always go this way. There you go. How about that? That looks better. Yeah, I think that looks more like I'm really out in the jungle. Let's see if I can move this more. There you go. How about there? How about that? Is that good? All right. All right. Let's see. Show us your war face. I don't know if I have a war face, but piss me off enough. I'm pretty sure I have one in there. My ancestors are Mayans and Spaniards, so I got to represent both sides. No, but needs work. It needs a lot of work. All right, so Honduras is beautiful by nature. It's fantastic. Every country, of course, needs very good infrastructure. I agree 100%. Team Hype, shut the hell up. You don't know my history. My father was. But anyway, you don't know that because you don't know me. So shut the hell up. Stay your ass over there, says Assav. Sounds more like an ass hat. Man, these people are horrible. Oh my God, we haven't even gotten into the politic part of it. Hold on, illegal aliens. You should try Creed perfume for men is expensive, $300 to $500, but it's good for skin and has a scent that lasts. I tried different colognes over here and in the States. I like colognes that stay for a while, but the colognes that smell fresh. Like for example, and I have a variety range, right? But I've done G9, which is actually very good, but it smells a little bit feminine. So there's that. Mayans didn't even call themselves Mayans. Mayans is a name given to them by white archaeologists. Okay, thank you, sir. Go tell that to the Mayans that we have in the mountains and see what they call themselves. These people. Come on, hype. Wake up, man. And so we know them as Mayans, and our whole history here, as we thought, is called Mayans. So that's what we go by, okay? Even on the scriptures that they put on the rocks, calls themselves Mayans. So I don't know what the hell Team Hype is talking about. Maybe their colleges want to take credit for that, but that's a different word, okay? Just like if I'm saying my name, Dennis Herrera, and then I say it to you in Spanish, it's Dionisio Herrera, right? Who cares? It's still the same thing. Have you ever been to the Amazon River? No. The Amazon River is in South America, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Oh, man, who knows? Maybe I'm just forgetting my history. Tyler, how are you, my good friend? So a lot of people are leaving comments on my videos, but I can't read them right now because I'm doing this live. So if you happen to come by here and you left me a comment, you can always bring it up over here, okay? Now I am outdoors, so if it gets too noisy, guys, let me know, and I'll go to a different spot. Wally Winker, how are you? I am in a rush, so subscribed. Like the situation, so see you next time. All right, Wally, take it easy. Uh-oh, Hammerman is here. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see, what does he have to say today? Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela, Cuba, and Honduras. Sounds like communism. What the hell you want to say there, man? Give me something more. Give me something more. You don't know your history. You were colonized. Thank you, Team Hype. You're so insightful. Oh my goodness. Now I learned something new, guys. My ancestors were not Mayans at all. They were just Tell me, Team Hype, what did they call themselves? Yes, I know, we have Lencas, but still, it is Mayans. Team Hype, you just acknowledged they call themselves Wayans. On noon, see, you gotta say it right. You gotta say, shut the hell up. That is the Dennis Herrera way, my friend. I thought you were talking about the Wayans brothers. Which I like. I like the Wayans brothers. Those guys are funny. Are you deported? Where are you? So nice behind you. It is beautiful. So, sure, there's a genocide happening, says Riley. Again, it's in the comments on my video, guy, on my short this morning. So this mountain that is behind me here, it's just right behind the house of my growing up family here. And that part right behind me is protected land. To the left side of me, they're actually tearing apart the side of the mountain that is not protected. And they're using that to collect dirt. I'm assuming for construction. I don't think there's any like minerals in there that they're digging for, so that's not happening. But this is beautiful. This is what I love about Honduras. Now one of the reasons why I love American Samoa is because it reminds me of Honduras. So one day I'm gonna make a video when I'm in American Samoa, and you guys know what I'm talking about. All right. I will have to change schedule. So right now I'm on vacation. I don't live here, but if I was to live here, it would be 11 a.m. every morning until we have, until they change the time in the United States of America. They go back an hour and they jump forward an hour, etc. But yeah, I already ate 2 little mini bananas this morning. I should have grabbed a banana. No, I'm drinking my hydrate drink with some emergency. You guys may have heard of that. Gotta stay hydrated. Looks like paradise, Dennis. Okay, so here in Honduras again, we address the garbage. People just throw garbage everywhere. Okay, and if they didn't, number one, the sewage would be a lot better, a lot not cleaner, but it would be a lot better, just like everywhere else. And the city and the country will look more beautified than it really is because it's really really gorgeous. I love it here. It's just the climate is perfect. They just had a cold front. It went all the way down to 50 degrees. 50 degrees is the cold front. Oh, and God forbid it dropped to 46. Oh my God, these people are over here dying. Oh man, it was so funny. I did get a chance to wear a sweater, and the only reason why I wear the sweater is because I have a bunch of pockets on my sweater, and I always put a bunch of stuff on me. So, besides that, trying to get this, you guys' comments are throwing me off. Where's the coffee, Dennis? Robert, I got some bad news. So, somebody, I don't know what the hell is wrong with people here in Honduras nowadays, but somebody bought a coffee for the house and somebody thought it was a good idea to mix it up with some shit. It tastes like cloves, coffee with cloves or oregano. It tastes like shit. I don't like it. And the only coffee that they have that is semi-regular, decent, is a Colombian coffee that is instant coffee, but it doesn't got the flavor. It just doesn't. And I went to a coffee shop up in Peña Blanca, which is it means white pebble. This is where I have very little reception. I'm not sure if I made a video there yet. I do have clips that I'm going to make a full video for members only, and that's coming. But that coffee, my friend, was real coffee, and that's what I'm talking about. Littering or not littering, it's a cultural thing. It really is. Yeah, I got there more inches of snow this day. Oh man, more snow. I'm telling you, man. I don't like. I mean, I think snow is beautiful and all, but I don't like snow. You know, here, this type of weather doesn't give me frostbite. It doesn't hurt my ears when the wind blows. Feels really nice. You know, you stay hydrated and you're good. And you're good. All right, let's go ahead and talk about politics here in Honduras. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and get the cost of living right, okay? If you want to rent a very humble small house, maybe a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, don't think of luxuries. The houses here are made with brick, you know, concrete, things like that. So they don't feel as luxury or as, you know, as luxurious as it is in the States, even though apartments, you know, are made with plywood and wood and sheetrock, and it just, you know, goes up in flames in 2 seconds. It still looks prettier because of that. So here in Honduras, everything is concrete. You get a wall, you get 4 walls, and there's your house, okay? So if you got something like that, I mean, you can pay about maybe $500, right? That's a lot. I'm talking about maybe $300 a month, okay? But in order for you to live here comfortably with a vehicle, with a car, with food, if it's for one person, I think $1,000 is enough. It doesn't give you extra access for vacations or anything like that. You have food in your house and you can pay all your bills. Okay, so you can live here. That's what $1,000 will get you. Now, if you get $1,200, and now you got some gas money, maybe a little bit of spending so that you can go for the weekend, get away somewhere. But if you have $2,000 a month, now I don't know about how much money you guys make in the States, but if you make it $2,000 a month over here, you are actually more in the middle class of the people here. And yes, you will have more freedoms. You will have a better house. You know, whatever vehicle, doesn't matter. If you want a car, I suggest you do get a car. But if you wanted to just go for walks, there's plenty of places to walk. My family here, I came here to be with my brother, but my brother has been just with his wife. Honestly, it kind of left me stranded, so to speak, because, I came here sort of out of the blue, right? To come here to spend time with my brother, which I have spent a couple of days with him. But the whole idea of coming here to the States was so that we can drive around the whole country here in Honduras. You know, I guess he feels safe with his little brother with him. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. But we were going to drive around the whole Honduras, and well, he's done that, but only with his wife, not with me. So, it is what it is. I understand he wants to please his wife. Listen, I'm his brother, but that's his wife, and he should be with her more than me. And I'm okay with that. Now, my wife is now seeing things are very serious. So now she's actually going to get a passport to be able to travel out of the country. And maybe next time that I come to Honduras, I will come with my wife and my children. But no, I will not put them on video because I don't want them to be harassed like people harass me on my channel. Okay? You guys can do whatever with me, but don't mess with my family. Roberto, a truly OG. Jesus loves you, says Brett. Thank you, Brett. Jesus loves you as well. Oh, coyotes. Howdy. How are you, my friend? Doing some work and driving, so I'm in and out. No worries, man. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. That's all I ask. You stop by and say hello. Steve says, the world is whispering and the world is thundering. I will take my beloved and live for, I don't know, Erbid. Go Hawks. Yes, go Hawks. Now, when I go back to the States and I go up to the mountain, I'm going to need a Seahawks hat that you got. I need to cover my ears. Big ears. By the way, Mayan. This right here means royalty in the Mayan culture. Don't you ever forget it, Mr. Hype. Hype think he knows more than I do about my culture. Admin, absolutely. I will definitely leave my kids with Trump for the weekend. I'm not sure what kind of a question that is. Honestly, I don't know what kind of a question that is. I think that the leftist people have fed you too much misinformation, my friend. Too much misinformation. No, Pats all the way. Rick, get the hell off my channel. Shut the hell up and get out. Leave right now. Go Patriots. Go Patriots. Just kidding, brother. Let's see. You can read the Middle Eastern writing? No, Phil. Definitely not. I don't even know how to read hieroglyphics either. Ron, the rain is coming. Roberto, you can see, huh? Yeah. I don't know. It's not supposed to rain today, but as I said before on my live before, never trust the weather here in Honduras. When they tell you it's not going to rain, it starts pouring like crazy. It's supposed to be just cloudy, and we did get a little drizzle, a little bit of light rain, very late or early this morning, about 3:30. So yeah, my friend Roberto, you're right. It looks like it's going to rain, but I don't think so. And if it does, I will go inside. Okay. Dosito, how are you, my friend? Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you all for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. I know you guys are busy in your day, and there's better news out there. There's better podcasters out there. I get it, guys. Don't feel obligated to be here with me, but I do appreciate you spending some time with me. I love doing this because I love the interaction that I get with you guys. Just think about this. I'm all the way in Honduras. You guys are whatever you are in the States or even in other countries. And here we are having a conversation. And I appreciate that. Not in the mountains. This is actually, where I'm at is actually a gated community. but it's not. This is part of the valley. It's very mountainous here in Honduras. So you have this mountain, and it goes all the way around the whole neighborhood. It feels like a beautiful mountain wall, kind of protecting the area. I've flown it with my drone, so all the members will get to see those videos of the area here, of the areas where I have been recording and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that, guys. I am sorry that I haven't put out any videos for you guys to watch like that, but that's why I'm doing these lives outdoors, so you guys can see a little bit. The world is like this, and the world is thundering. Somebody already said that, Coyote. Knock it off. Stop copying other people. Endocito, any morta plants or coca plants. No, we don't have that shit over here. If somebody's growing weed, not here. It's gonna be somewhere else in another part of the country, but not here. That's right. You guys get this. You guys enjoy the snow. Have fun, sled riding and sliding down the hill. And you guys enjoy the cold. Keep it there. Don't send it over here. I'd rather have my natural green grass and natural trees. Let me go ahead and move locations. I have put rocks on the stand so that the wind doesn't blow it. Hold on. There you go. Look at that natural background, baby. I had to put rocks on my little tripod because it's like one of those really light, and you had to stretch it out, but it's very light, so the wind can blow it over. All right, this is San Pedro Sula, Honduras. Rick, I don't hate the Hawks, but I still have a bad taste in my mouth after my beloved Tigers got knocked out of the playoffs last year. Excuse me. And my son lives in Boston, and I'm a lifetime Tom Brady fan. Well, hey, listen. I don't care what they said about the deflated footballs. Come on. The guy is the best quarterback. I think he had 6 rings? Tom Brady all the way. I'm a Seahawks fan because I live in Seattle. Let me move this up a little bit there. Because I live in Seattle, but that doesn't mean that I don't get to appreciate talent where I see it. All right, where's the papaya plants and mango plants? We don't have any here. No papaya. There might be one growing there, but I don't have any papayas to take out. This is not like this is more like a natural area. It's not like somebody's planting all this stuff in here. So just so that you guys know, if I go somewhere later in the afternoon, maybe I know that they're gonna make bean soup for me today, so I'm gonna be eating that. But I really wanted to see if MindSpeak gets on, and then I will actually try to go to Pollo Campero, which is where he wants me to go. And to be honest, I want to try it out because I haven't had it for decades, and I want to see if it's still as good as I remember. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, I will walk around over here, but I'm in my sandals, and I'm not that kind of Indian. No jaguars here. Dennis went from a snow bunny to a jungle bunny. Admin distancing himself from Trump and the Epstein files. Yes, I'm sick and tired of hearing these Epstein files because Trump has been mentioned in there many times, but it's not what the leftists want to hear. Very unfortunate that you guys don't get your way. 7 rings, man. Nah, my respects, man. Tom Brady, I've said this many times, man. Tom Brady is the best quarterback. That's just me. Listen, the guy has been hurt like everybody else, every athlete that's out there that is supreme. He goes out there, it doesn't matter. He goes out there and gets it done. Mad respects for Brady. I really do have mad respects for Brady. I don't care if I don't agree with him on anything. Uh, he's got talent. You got to give it up. You got to give it up. You know, all that green relieves depression. You know what? I haven't felt depressed, to be honest. I haven't felt depressed at all since I've been here in Honduras. Yeah, that should tell me something, right? Yeah, you probably see a lot more in the summer because it does get really, really hot over here. And some of the really small rivers, they actually dry up. It depends on how dry the summer comes in Honduras. There was a summer that I came down here and like it was so hot. It looked like there was a forest fire everywhere, even though nothing was burning. It was just that hot, you know. So the mist was pretty heavy. Um, David, I still believe in you. Hey, believe in God. Don't trust man. I don't know which Omar you're talking about, but Omar Slayman, that's my boy. So you be careful, David. Be nice, especially when they're members. Yeah, well, be careful, okay? Sometimes when you put something on the chat, people might misunderstand. Believe me, I've done that before, okay? And I had to apologize. I think it was Jonah and what was his name? Uh, Negriotism or something like that. I can't remember. Negrifying. All right. Let's see. So, already talked about garbage. Honduras will definitely be a lot more beautiful if there was no garbage on the street. It would be a lot better for water flow and sewage to function right if people just didn't throw garbage on the street. With, by the way, this is the same culture that the illegal immigrants bring to the United States of America. I can tell you that I have a lot of family and friends, of course, a lot of Honduran people here that when they go to school and they do good in school, they tend to be better people, better citizens. Now, they might not be the people that you like. They might not be, nice to you. Maybe they have an attitude. But what I'm saying is they're more educated in a way of they're not going to throw garbage on the street, whatever they have it. You know what I mean? And so, like myself, I'm holding on to this bottle until I get to a garbage can, then I'll dispose of it in the right place. God versus man, listen to Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach. Yeah. And so we have these things here in Honduras, which can be great. Between $1,200 to $2,000 a month, I believe that you can have a nice life here in Honduras. And if you live more toward like out of the city, if you live more towards the mountain, you can probably get land for cheaper. Okay. The wild jaguars are more on the northwest mountains here in Honduras, but they're far away from here, so no, you're not going to see them over here and in the city where I am. Yeah, never explain yourself again. That's a good one. All right, and what's the other thing? So housing, culture, government. I mentioned this government yesterday. The socialists took over this country. They set up Juan Orlando Hernandez, the president from Honduras. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying he never did anything wrong. But what I'm saying is that what he was accused of was not true. And he did a lot for the people here in Honduras. And unfortunately, you know, we happen to be right, not because we're very smart, but because we have common sense and we see how socialist communists, how they are. The system just doesn't work for a country. It destroys it. It doesn't matter what you want to believe about it. It destroys it. And the worst thing is that for some reason, every time a socialist, they call themselves socialists, but they end up being communists. Every time a socialist takes over, the same thing happens over and over and over again. Meaning that They grab all the resources, and you have to understand this. When the resources are limited, like here in Honduras, for example, when the resources are limited and you have socialism, socialists, they use all of the resources all at once. They're short. Can I say this? Short-minded? Is that a word? It's when somebody just says, "Okay, I live 1 minute at 1 minute at a time, one day at a time," and they don't think about the future. They don't plan ahead. So I think it's short-term thinker would be the right thing, I think. And then long-term thinker. That's what I am. Okay. Short-sighted, Happy Mac, thank you. That's kind of how I think so. But the problem is that once they run out of our money, they got nothing else. They got nothing else. So even though, and I'll be honest, listen, I will be very honest. And oh man, listen, in the 80s, if you look it up, in the 80s, in the early 80s, how much did the Honduras dollar compare to the American dollar? And I can tell you that out of the 5 countries in Central America, the Honduran dollar, which is called lempiras, that is our Lenca, our Indian heritage hero, it was about 75 to 80 cents a dollar. Now you guys can look it up, and maybe they put us in the system there in Google or whatever, but that's what I remember from the 80s. Salvadorians' coin was less than ours. Guatemalans' coin was less than ours. Now Salvadorians, their coin is now dollars, American dollars. That's what they use. And so Honduras was very good economically because conservatives were actually in the government. Which is crazy, right? Because you think, you think all conservative. Well, it's whether you like religion or not. To be a Christian, even though there can be a lot of fake Christians out there, to be a Christian means that you have some moral values. See, you have a moral compass when you believe in God, when you believe in the Bible. And that tends to give you an advantage on how to be more prosperous, be more efficient, be able to feel more self-assured, confident, and of course your faith in God will give you even more confidence because you have a faith. There is a center, a balance in your own universe, right? And the universe is up here in your soul. Your brain is your soul. Remember that. Whenever you hear something about brain, about soul, remember it is your mind, soul, heart, and body. Or I would say soul, spirit, and body. Okay? That's how I would say the trinity of our body is built. Your brain makes you decide between good and bad. You see this? The spirit wants the good things. The flesh wants the bad things. Your brain, your soul, is what makes a decision whether you want to follow something good or you want to follow something that is wrong. That's just how I learn it. That's how I see it. That's how I interpret it. So if you don't agree with that, that's okay. That is okay. You don't have to agree with me, okay? Now, I only mention the biblical because that's what's made me the man that I am today. I'm going to tell you, if it wasn't for God, I would be a murderer. If it wasn't because of my fear of God, I will be a thief. Who knows? Maybe I will be a rapist. Maybe I will be a terrorist. If it wasn't because of my love and faith in God, I don't know what I would be today as a person. But because I have my faith in God, I can tell you that I follow certain morals that guide my life to be the man that I am today. Okay? And I think that the people that just don't want to see it that way, that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to see it the way I see it. But again, I have a base, a foundation. My foundation is on Jesus Christ. Right? My foundation is on God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I don't mean to say that I'm the holiest, that I'm holier than thou, or that I am the more righteous man in the world. No, that doesn't mean that. That just means that I have something to answer to. And I will have to make decisions in my life according to what I want the Father God to see me as. And, his grace and his mercy, of course, that's, his love is unconditional. But if I choose to separate myself from him, That's not God doing bad things in my life. That is my decisions. Those are the consequences to my sin. And people don't understand that. But you know what? I'm not here to preach to you or convince you to be a Christian or believe in God. The Holy Spirit does that by himself. And if you feel like you don't have to believe in God to have good moral compass in your life, that is your prerogative. I'd rather believe that God is in charge of everything in my life. And I would just try to do the best that I can so that I can be a good servant of God. Okay? With that being said, the times that socialists have taken over Honduran government, the economy has gone down the toilet. There's no doubt. There's no question. But I'm not going to say that the conservatives are perfect. No, because during some of their years as well, the economy has gone down. Because why? Well, you still need brains. You still got to be qualified. You can't just DEI yourself into something, right? You still got to be qualified. And I will tell you, when I was 8 years old, I will ask my mom, I was like, Mom, how is he a president? He don't even know how to talk to the people. How is an 8-year-old tell you that you're not talking very smart? And you're like in your 50s, 60s. That is crazy. But you know what? That is wisdom. A lot of people, and maybe some of you in here today, you have a lot of knowledge about a lot of things. And you have a lot of opinions. You are very smart. You're pretty clever figuring some things out. You use some common sense to some extent, and you make up your mind, which is it's okay. That's okay. But the problem is that you don't seek wisdom. And you see, you can be as smart you can be the genius. You can be the smartest man on earth. But if you have no wisdom, you have nothing. Do you understand? It's like if you have all the money and all the luxuries, but you have no love, you have nothing. Do you understand? If you understand, it's because you believe in God, because you know that there is a moral compass that you have to follow. You know that there is, some laws, some rules that we have to abide by, right? So I'm not going to pretend that I know everything. I just tell you my own opinion, right? The whole idea of my channel is to give you my opinion. I find that when I listen to a lot of leftist podcasters, there's this girl that she looks very young. I mean, she might be in her 20s, but she looks very young. She looks like a teenager, wears glasses, and she's very sassy and very condescending to people when they call in. I don't support Trump, blah blah blah. Listen, I don't care if you like Trump or not. But if you get on this high horse and you think that everything that has Trump on it, it's evil, you will never use your common sense. There's people that call in and I'm just like, I'm not gonna call in and talk to a brick wall. Like, it doesn't matter anything that the president has ever done. Never acknowledge. This is the true leftist people. Their glass is so full. There's no more room for anything else to come in there. And it's just like, bro, you got to be able. Like, okay, here I'm going to give you one example. This is like the most insignificant example that I can give you, but it's 100% the same and it's very accurate. Okay, I'm a Seahawks fan, right? And somebody say, oh well, I'm a new Patriots fan. Well, because I love Tom Brady. Well, I don't love Tom Brady as a person because I don't know him. But I acknowledge 110% that Tom Brady is one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. Maybe after Joe Montana. No, there's been great quarterbacks, of all times. But I think Tom Brady has proven it. He's like the Michael Jordan in basketball. That's Tom Brady in football, and I think it's great. So I'm not going to talk trash about Tom Brady. If he throws an interception, I'm going to call it, and I'm going to say, yeah, right? Well, he's retired now, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to cheer for the Seahawks. Okay, I'm going to watch it here because I'm still going to be here for the Super Bowl. I think it's this Sunday, if my wife told me the information correctly. But that's the point that I'm saying is like, even though Brady is not, he's not in my Seahawks team, I still got to give him credit for what he has done and accomplished. 7 rings is what I heard the latest, right? I thought it was 6, but 7 rings. I got to give him that. If I was a leftist right now and I was saying, hey, I hate Trump. He's a jerk. Sure. I wouldn't call him a pedophile. I wouldn't call him a rapist. I didn't witness this. He's not convicted of those things. So I just tell people, shut the hell up if you don't know what's going on. If you're always just going against one side, that tells me that you have no brains. You have no common sense working in there, okay? And I think that for these leftist people to point out that President Trump didn't do anything with Israel and Iran, that President Donald Trump didn't do anything in the Middle East for peace, that Trump didn't do anything in the Congo, that Trump didn't do anything in Thailand, that Trump didn't do anything anywhere. That Trump didn't put the tariffs and didn't bring all these manufacturers back. They didn't bring all this card. Come on, man. You get all these leaders from all over the world coming into the White House, into the Oval Office, and telling everybody everything that's going on. You see the Muslims, right, from the Arab countries. They come over here. He welcomes them. They make a deal. They're working together. So why can't you acknowledge that? Just acknowledge some of the good things so that you can have some credibility. It's kind of like people, with the old story, right? Wolf, wolf, wolf. You cry wolf, cry wolf, cry wolf. And well, when the wolf actually gets there, nobody gives a shit because you have been lying all this time. And so that's just where I stand with things like that, So if I'm going to talk with somebody, if I'm going to debate on somebody, I was actually watching, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched the last part of PBD's podcast, and they had the Democrat, I think he's a congressman, okay? The guy is a little delusional in some of the points. He's an extremist against Trump. I like his energy. But if I was there, I would have had an even bigger energy than him. And the worst thing is that he doesn't really acknowledge anything that Trump has done right in our country. He does acknowledge that some of the things or policies that the Biden administration had, were wrong, like the open border, and I think that it was great. I don't think Vinny got enough credit, brother. And if you were watching PBD, you should have seen my name pop up because I made a couple of comments. But I think Patrick is very, very smart, but he's very wise. And he was not born that way. He has learned the hard way, And there's still a lot of people that hate him. All right, let me go ahead and take a little pause here. You're a moron, says Anton. So here's what I'm gonna give you guys. Lip tarts. This is for you guys, okay? Now, some guys are very smart on the leftist side and they just put members only, right? Or subscribers only. I'm not going to subscribe to a leftist channel because they're not there to try to use common sense. They have an agenda. I don't have an agenda. I support the president because he's doing what we ask him to do. And we ask him to lead this country. The leftist podcasters, they still think the world is laughing at us. Yeah. Ask Nicolas Maduro. How much they're laughing at, he's laughing at President Trump right now. Ask the Colombian presidents to see how much he's laughing at President Trump right now. Ask Cuba how much they're laughing at President Trump right now. Ask President Xi how much he laughs about the president of the United States of America. Let me tell you something. And this has kind of been bugging me a little bit, right? Because let me tell you something. If you see me face to face, because you know who I am, and you truly know who I am, when I see you face to face, you will talk to me a certain way. You will respect me in the same manner and respect that I will give you. I know that when I turn around and go somewhere else, you're going to talk shit about me. I don't care about that. You can laugh behind my back. That's fine. I don't call that laughing at me. Because when I come to your face, your tune changes. And that's all I need to know. That is all I need to know. You think President Donald Trump doesn't know that Putin is over there maybe talking some shit? Who knows? Maybe somebody's making up stuff and saying that Putin's saying this, right? Maybe they are. Thank you, Berserker. Maybe they are. Maybe she is putting something out there on the media, having a gorilla. But when President Xi stands before President Trump, oh shit. Hey, how you doing? You know, he has to acknowledge him. He has to shake hands. And he can do whatever he wants. If you guys don't know, I always say, well, I don't always say, but I have said it before. Watch the roast of Donald J. Trump. Look at the nasty things they said about him. And he just laughed and just shrugged it off. Right? That's what leftists don't understand. Hi, Lisa. How are you? I see you. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and litter this in nature. Psych. Delta. You know how I know it's Delta? It's got a big ass Delta sign on the belly. So anyway, I went on to PBD's podcast for a few minutes, just enough to listen to the congressman from the Democrats, and they were tearing him apart, but not in a bad way. They were tearing him apart, calling him on the bias, on his BS, but also were acknowledging that it was a good conversation, and I like that. But PBD has my respects. He mentioned something that I think is wrong. Maybe I misheard him. Docito was there, so maybe you can correct me. But I think he mentioned something about resident green card holders, that they can vote. No, they can't. They cannot vote. And I put that on the comments because that's what I heard. So I told PBD that no, they can't vote. Only American citizens are allowed to vote for elections, for presidency specifically, and the government. But, I put it in the chat. See, he said that, right? So I put it on the chat, and, of course he didn't see it. There's a lot of people chatting on there. But, I did mention it. And, it's one of those things to where, like, people are arguing a certain point that a lot of people, they just want you to give up into the bad things. And, okay, maybe the law says this, but maybe we shouldn't follow that. No. The law is the law. And you should follow the law at all times. This is a country of law, and this is what brings order to our country. So, there you go. All right, let me go ahead. I'll go ahead and take a question from you guys. Anything about Honduras or anything else? You are more than free. Ron Nowen says, Dennis, I don't talk shit about you. I let people know that you're running for governor and your passion procedure coming from Honduras. That is true, Ron. I'm not sure why. Oh, it's because you said the word shit. It's okay, brother. I appreciate that. Dennis in chat. Brian is waving at everybody. Welcome, big bro. That's my big brothers coming in the chat. David, it was good to see you, brother. May God bless you. I gotta go. You'll behave. Hey, you take that advice and behave yourself. David, thank you for stopping by, brother. Have a good one. You take it easy. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hit back. You guys have any questions about Honduras? If you don't, we'll go ahead and call it. And since this is going to be my last few days here in Honduras, I'm going to go try and maybe go. I really am going to try to hit. I'm really going to try to hit the Pollos Campero. Maybe Mindspeak will get on later so that he can see it. I'm going to go in there and then just record. I'm going to order. And then I'll go ahead and eat some pollo campero. All right, let's see. I'll give you guys access to a few questions. Anybody has any questions? Anybody has any questions? I'll tell you what. While you guys think about the questions, let me talk about the last thing that I wanted to touch up. You guys heard one of my shorts, and I was talking about Thank you, Berserker. That will be for later in the afternoon. And right now is lunchtime. I'm gonna have some bean soup. Uh, yeah, I'm getting deported from Honduras. They don't want me back here anymore. They say I became too Americanized. Too Americanized. Yeah, he does, Ron. Trump laughs at. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Here's the thing, guys. I don't need people to be my friends. Now, I want you to understand something. I appreciate friendships. I really do. Okay? I appreciate my brothers and sisters because they believe as I do and they support me. So 100%. Okay? I believe that. But that's gross. But I don't need to make friends. I don't need to make enemies. I don't care what you say behind my back. But while I am there in front of you, you will show some respect. 100%. That's how I am. And so I will respect you in person as much as you have shown me respect. It's very simple, very simple. So if people want to talk bad behind my back, that's okay. Trump is the same way. We don't care. See, we're Geminis, and I'm a Gemini dragon. I know. I played the whole zodiac thing from the zodiac and the Chinese calendar. And yes, I am a dragon in the Chinese calendar, which, to be honest, describes me perfectly. And then I'm also a Gemini in the zodiac sign, and it describes me perfectly. And that it really is how I am. And the key is, you can pick which side of me you want. Do you want the nice Dennis or you want the mean Dennis? Because I am very passionate about both. I am very loving, but I am very disciplinary as well when I need to be. All right, so that's what I wanted to mention about this. This is just for fun, guys, just for entertainment. But I was looking into Starlink. Now I've been talking with Fishwater, Salt Fishwater, for a while. I give the name. I know their names, but I like to give their usernames for privacy, of course. And I was looking at the areas where they allow Starlink, and you will see that in the communist countries, they're not allowed. But they are allowed in Samoa, in Western Samoa. They are allowed in all of Honduras. And so the next time that I come back, you know what? It doesn't matter where I go. I'm actually going to get the Starlink from Elon Musk. I know a couple of $100 a month is very expensive. I'm going to try to squeeze it in the budget. But I'm going to give it a shot, because if I have to live here in Honduras, I don't know how many months out of the year, maybe permanent, who knows. But if that internet actually works, I'll still be able to do my work or my entertaining, in YouTube. And if I go to another place or island or whatever, and it gives me the same access to you guys, I think that's actually how I'm going to do it. I'm going to be traveling more, not to crazy countries, just to places where I know I want. Like Honduras, for example. This is my country, and it doesn't matter what people say about my country. I'm always going to come to my country. I'm not afraid of people, but I'm also not bullying people either. You got to be respectful. You always got to say hi to people. Don't be a jerk. Deceiver, that is a good name. You are deceiving people. Man, I got deported. Yeah, thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I want to be more mobile. So you guys know, and this is just for my members. This is for you guys who are my family. I love you guys. You guys, I know a lot of people do like shows or stupid stuff so that they can get validation on maybe they fake friends or whatever. I can tell you something. I accept you as my friends for real, 100% my friends, until you show me that you're not my friend. That's just a simple life rule that I have. You guys know how brokenhearted I am. When I am in the States, I miss Honduras. But when I'm here in Honduras, I also miss the States. When I go to Samoa, it's beautiful. Paris is beautiful. And I mean, I miss it here and I miss the state. So like my heart is torn apart between different places. And if God blesses me with that opportunity to be able to travel, to different areas in anywhere in the United States, anywhere in Honduras, anywhere in Samoa. Those are the only three places that I want to be in. Okay, and I think that is going to be lovely. If that will be a blessing to me, because then that way I can have an open schedule and availability to just say, okay, this month I'm going to be here, this month I'm going to be here, or this many months I'm going to be here. And you guys know, members specific, I'm talking about members in a specific, and maybe some of you subscribers, you guys know that I have some plans to do with communities. So if we start something here in Honduras, that's something that you're gonna hear. If we start something in somewhere else, you're gonna hear about that. But this year, in May, is the opening time where I can put my name on the ballot to run for governor. I know you're looking at this crazy mullet guy, back here in Honduras talking smack. But let me tell you something. Somebody has to do something about what's going on in Washington State, and that is my state. So I got to stand up for it. All right. Paul says, man, you get abused and you always gave a smile. Ah, thank you, brother. Not easy. Why would you move to Honduras? That makes no sense. Well, Craig Miss, I'm telling you right now. And I gave you guys the budget, right? If you're making $1,200, you're fine. If you're making $2,000 a month here in Honduras, you're more than fine. And I want to live in the mountain. I want to live away from the big cities. I want to be in the small hometowns. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to natural areas to relax and be with family and things like that. So believe me, Samoa, it's a paradise. If you have never been to American Samoa, you are missing out. I know the ticket might be a little expensive, but I can tell you Samoans are very, matter of fact, if I decide to do something, oh, no. If God decides to do something with us in American Samoa, I'm going to invite you guys to come over and have a good time. Hey, Samuel, how are you? Good to see you, brother. I really want, honestly, Irvin, I'm Honduran. Irvin is not listening. My Salvadorian friend always called me a gringo because I'm white, blonde, and blonde haired with blue eyes. Well, gringo just means foreigner, but yeah, it can mean white people. Depends on who says it. Talofa. Ya malo soy fua. Ya tayao manuia. Manuia luaso. Go ahead and tell me what I said, and then I can believe that you know Samoans. Awole popole. Let's see, and Irvin. Wear your 45, 47 hat where it belongs, in the States, because he's the president of the United States of America, not of Honduras. Have some respect when you go into a different country. When I come to, oh, I think lunch is ready. I smell it. Whew. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I apologize. I'm sorry. The food is calling me. And it's just bean soup with whatever the hell else she's making, but it's smelling so good right now. Oh my gosh. It threw me off on what I was saying. Food does that, my friend. But anyway, okay, so if I'm in Honduras, I'm going to wave the Honduras flag. Why would I wave the American flag in Honduras? It makes no sense. Have some respect. Do I have the freedom of speech here? Yeah, absolutely. But I also have to have respect for the people here, for the local people. Because even though I can say whatever I want, why would I want to go in upsetting a bunch of people for no reason? It doesn't cause a benefit. If it was going to make a difference here in Honduras, sure, why not? I will go and say something and be like, hey, we'll support this, support this, support this. But MAGA is not doing anything for Honduras right now. Hopefully in the future, we'll see. You got to learn. You got to learn how to respect other countries, okay? I get the same feeling in Puerto Rico when mom is cooking. Seamars knows what I'm talking about. Emerson says, you are doing a great job of spreading common sense. Man, I hope that people are getting common sense. Man, I'm telling you, man, it's... I can't believe I have to leave here in a few days. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Okay, so this is for you guys, since Cray Miss is saying that it's crazy that I moved here in Honduras. I love what Robert and Brian and my man and all my brothers over there here, my members and my brothers on my channel, they tell me that even if I lived in Honduras, I'm still going to be their American brother. And that makes me feel special. So, but I don't want you to think that I'm doing this channel so that I can have a bunch of followers and that I can feel special. I don't care about that. But I can tell you that if I live here in Honduras, if I have my internet, as I'm talking right now, and will have access to other places, here in Honduras, I have a chance to save more money. I know, I know. But believe me, it's true. I can save more money here in Honduras, which is why I'm getting my Honduran ID. I never had an ID here in Honduras. So on Monday, I'm gonna go to the place where I get it, and then I'm gonna get my ID, open up a bank account, and maybe eventually I will come in and live here. Let's see, what do we got? We have respect for each other and everyone. Absolutely, Paul. Now, when somebody makes a dumb comment, I'm gonna go ahead and make fun of them. That's a fact. Save and spend wisely, my friend. Absolutely, Samuel. That's great advice. That's great advice. Thank you, Robert. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, Tanya says the same thing. She will always be my sister. And my wife appreciates you, Tanya, for your comments. She sees them when she comes online. I know she's at work as well, but yes, my people. Hey, man, I can't believe I didn't even get 100 likes in this video. Do I suck that bad? Oh, okay, here we go. Cray Miss says, it goes against everything you've been saying about your love of the USA. So you think that if I come back to Honduras and I live here, would you say that I'm just turning my back on the USA? Let me see. Let me see what he says. How many believe that if I come to live in Honduras, that I will be turning my back on the United States of America? Thank you, Dosito. I appreciate you, brother. Let's see. Where? Right here? In here it looks like it, but it's not. It's a wall. It's just a brick wall. That's funny. It's because it's got a little bit of color on it. The moss makes it look like a reflection. That's funny. That's funny. Brian says yes. It will make me look like I'm turning my back on the United States of America. Oh, no, you're saying that to the pond, I think is what you're saying. Yeah, see, nobody thinks that I'm turning my back on the United States of America. And it looks like a pond, to be honest. And even in here when I'm watching it on the phone. So the reason why I asked for, yes, sir, but you do what you, okay. So you believe that any foreigner that decides to live in the United States of America, do you believe they're turning their back on their country? And I'm talking about all migrants that moved to the United States of America. And if they are turning their back in their country, should they not be waving the American flag instead of their country of where they come from? I can see that. But hey, I can respect your point. I can tell you this, though. Just as I have never turned my back on Honduras, even though when I become an American citizen, my loyalty is for the United States of America, I have never turned my back on Honduras at all. Because I love Honduras, 100%. I love the people. You know, I look at black people Asian people, like all like the same in the United States, right? But they all speak with the same accent that I have in Spanish. And that, my friends, I love. Jonah in the house, man. I'm gonna have to stick around a little bit longer now. I was saying goodbye to my life. Irvin thinks I'm a racist. Why, Irvin? Why am I racist? I want you to tell me why I'm a racist. Or do you know what racist is? If you don't know what racist is, I can't help you. Later, user. Thanks for stopping by. I love my country. America does that make me a traitor? Right. You know where I'm at with that. Seymour says, Irvin, you're ignorant, dude. I don't know where he got that I'm racist from. I don't know what I said that was racist. All right, I want to see if you. Oh man, that food. Oh, that food is making me hungry. If you don't think like he does, he wants to name calling you bigotry and virtue signaling from false stances. Oh man, hoopty West. I don't know what he means, man. I don't know, brother. But he thinks I'm racist. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that. I don't know what I said that was racist, but I don't give a shit because I know I'm not. I just say it as I see it. But you know what? If I live here in Honduras, number one, I was born here, and as an American citizen, I can be here as long as I want. But my loyalty will always be for the United States of America. I've always been taught that you should be grateful and you should help out the land that provides for you and your family. And I think that the United States of America provides for the world. It really does. And I am very proud to be an American, but I'm also proud that I was born a Honduran, and I know my heritage, and I know our culture, and I know that people, this generation that we have today, they're ignorant about history. They don't know about our ancestry and stuff like that. They don't know about our history when it comes to Spaniards and independence and all this other stuff. They're very limited with history that is very important to know here in Honduras. Yes, I speak Spanish 100%. Hey, Michael, how are you, Montoya? Dennis is on a side mission. Thanks, retired title. Surely we are in Christ Jesus or this world, but not of this world. This world is not our home. Yeah, we're just passengers. We're temporary earth dwellers. Let me see what. Oh, did Irvin reply? I didn't see Irvin. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm not sure how that's racist. Let me see if there's another message that he put. And you're in Honduras speaking Spanish. I don't think he knows what racism is. Okay, so that's what he's talking about. Okay. Much love to you, title. Appreciate you. Your choice is economical, not patriotic. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. So, if I live in the States, wouldn't that be economical as well? By your logic, wouldn't that be economical as well? Because if it was economical, I would just move to American Samoa. I'd be rich in American Samoa. Or I could just move to Florida. More affordable, same weather. I will probably won't miss Honduras that much. And it will be closer to Honduras, which means that I can travel here more often. I don't think it's economical, but I can see why you would think that. Because I mentioned how much money, you can live comfortable here with. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean everything. You got to love the place where you're at. And I love you guys. I love the United States of America. I love the country. I think the United States is a big provider for the world. I really believe that. Yeah, yeah, I will make a lot more money if I live in the States, but the fact that I'm always, my heart is always broken that I'm not seeing the tropical of Honduras, the mountains. And you guys that are members, you guys will see the video that I'm putting together. Not gonna be the best. It really is just putting scenes together of some of the areas where I've been. Okay, so I really hope that you members enjoy that video. Right now, when after I have my lunch, I'm gonna work on putting some more pieces together, and then once I get the whole video put together, members only, you guys get to see everything that I have been seeing as well. Yeah, you'll definitely be invited. Docito, you're a member, so you don't have to worry about it. Florida is freezing at night. Iguanas are falling everywhere. Oh man, they gotta eat them before they die. They taste like chicken. They taste like tender chicken. Yummy. I want to eat me some iguanas. Now over here, people eat them too much, so they're kind of, protected species. But I'm sure we can sneak some iguanas. All right, anyway, let's see. So with that being said, how many states have you been to or lived in? I lived in California. I lived in North Carolina. I lived in New Mexico. And Washington State has been my homes. But Washington State has been my primary home for sure, 100%. If I live in Honduras, I'll live like a king. Yes, Docito, I believe you would. I believe you would. Find me a gas station for sale, Dennis. Oh, snap. Hey, don't make me a partner. Don't make me a partner because I'm going to be enjoying that way too much. You can cook my abusive chihuahua. No, man, we don't eat dogs over here. We don't eat cats or dogs. Michael, this, oh man, it was horrible. Let me tell you a story before I leave. I live here in Washington State. This is a true story. This is very personal, so don't use this against me later, okay? I was making really good money, okay? Number one, I was making really good money here in Washington State. Yeah. You know what? I have to research more about the gas stations and how they work and all that stuff, and then I will let you know. Or we can just make our own. Who knows? I was married. We had 3 children. And my family was butting into the marriage a little bit too much. And her family was also butting into the marriage too much. So my ex-wife at that time, this is in the late 90s, had suggested we move to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I said, why Albuquerque, New Mexico? And she says, oh, it's just a random thing. And I said, listen, let me see if I can get transferred from my job to Albuquerque. And so I did. I lost like $7 to $8 pay because it was cheaper to live over there. And so I get there, and just a day after we got our phone put in, somebody calls, and I see in the caller ID the name and the last name. And I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, well, I just put this phone on, and maybe somebody's just, somebody else has this phone already. And it's a very sad story, guys, so bear with me. And so I didn't think anything of it. But then one day, the same number called. But this time I didn't answer it. Every time I would answer, they would just hang up on me. And so this time I didn't answer it. And my wife at the time, my ex-wife, went to look at the phone, picked it up, and she actually had a conversation with somebody on the phone. And she was talking very softly. It got me thinking bad. I'm a very jealous person. It got me thinking very bad. And so I just kept working. I try not to think about it too much, right? Too much. I mean, we had 3 kids and everything. And then I remember one time we had an argument, and then she wanted another baby, and I was like, "Whoa, hey, we got 3 kids. I'm already paying child support here, you know." And she says, "If you don't give me another child, then somebody else will." Wait, what? Wait a minute. We're married. We got 3 kids. What? Who else is gonna give you this, right? And so, anyways, long story short, I found out she was seeing somebody else. And yes, when I left, she moved in with him. And I decided that I was gonna move to Honduras. And I was like, you know what? This is it. You know, I was depressed, very stressful moment, very dark. I couldn't breathe. I felt worthless, useless. I ended up losing my job, which I loved doing so much. And then all of a sudden, food didn't taste good anymore. The air I breathed was choking me. I couldn't swallow. I had this knot, this big knot on my throat. And so I thought moving to Honduras would make me feel better. But I couldn't do that right away because I lost my job. And so I decided to take a drive, and this is how I ended up living in North Carolina just for a couple months. But I decided to take a drive, and it took me, no joke, not taking away from the story or adding, about 21 and a half hours, I believe, non-stop, from Albuquerque, New Mexico, all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina. I drank so many Red Bulls, but by the time I finished the drive, my legs were so shaky. I would never do that in my life ever. But man, I was in love, man. When we got married, it's a long story, but when we got married, we were not in love. We just made a commitment because we were both hurt. We were like kind of like in the rebound of the relationship. That is never good, never good. And so I said, if I'm going to do this ever, I'm going to do it the right way, you know? And I know you say I'm not a virgin anymore, but you know what? There's second chances, right? And so I came to Honduras, and 33, 34 days, no sleep, just naps, right? Just dozing off or whatever. And that's how I ended up living over there. Oh my God, somebody said something inappropriate. Come on, man. Michael, yeah, bro, that's 100%. I don't want to say all the details because, that is my baby's mama. That is the mother of 3 of my children, okay? But I came to Honduras and I was all this depression. You know what's crazy is that I never wished my depression on my worst enemy. It was so dark. It was very dark. I didn't want to live. I wanted to just pull the trigger and get it done with. But this is what I'm saying. It is because of God that I am the man that I am today. When people can't understand why people die, when people can't understand why there's accidents, why people leave this earth so soon, when people just collapse in the middle of nowhere, when they're so healthy and they stop living, they don't understand why that happens. But I do. And that's something that I have learned the hard way. Maybe one day we'll talk about it. But I can tell you, I came back to the States and I went and lived in California. I went to California and man, I was so happy. I live in West Hollywood, okay? It's a little bit ghetto in West Hollywood. Thank you guys, appreciate your love. But I shared this one room with one of my Honduran brothers as well. This is growing up brothers, okay? One of my Honduran brothers in this very small house, old house, but we shared a 1 bedroom. And I got a job with the company that I stopped working for before I went to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I loved it there. I loved it. But then they sold the house where we were. And then I moved down to Fullerton. Down south from Hollywood, you have Anaheim. And then you go down towards the east. And you have Fullerton. And then you have Corona. And then you have, Victorsville, way far away. And I couldn't afford gas. Like, I mean, you guys already know the story. They were taking 50% of my check for child support, right? Some leftists come in here and they make fun of me for that, but that's okay. It is what it is. And so the gas was so expensive for somebody making 50% of his income that I just couldn't afford it. It seems like I was working just to be able to put gas in the car. Like I was literally just making money to pay child support and to put gas in my car. I was getting federal tax, state tax, 50%. Good Lord, 50%. Woo! They will tax my whole gross, and then they will take the 50% from the gross. If you know what I'm talking about, think about that and find out how much money I was making. So I slept in my car. This is how people know that I was homeless for like over 6 months. And I slept in my car. I shower at work because they had a little small gym with a shower. So I would shower there. That's what I would change, get cleaned up, etc. And then I work as many hours as they will allow me to. And then, I would just go to the observatory, go to the park and start writing poems, love letters to nobody. I've always been like a very, like a romantic, poetic guy. Not to toot my own horn, but that's just what I used to do, just write a lot. And so something bad happened over here in the States. My mother passed in 2006, and it made me have even harder time when I was in California. But then I met another guy. He was from Honduras, from Tegucigalpa, and he wanted to be roommates. And I said, oh shit, that's perfect. I said, roommates is perfect. That's what I'm looking for. I said, I can only pay this much. And he's like, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's fine. And so, I lived there, but then it was so expensive. I came back to Washington, and Washington is the state to be. I've never been down to live in Florida. I have cousins in Florida. I have a cousin that tells me to move down there with them. But the problem is I'm married. If it's just me by myself, I would have been over in Florida a long time ago, okay? And I'll probably be making some good money over there too, but God is in control of everything. God is in control of everything. Brian, Becky, billionaires have write-offs. Yes, they do. Everybody gets write-offs. If you have a business, you get a write-off. Southern California is divided by counties: LA County, Orange County, the Inland Empire. So I lived in LA County, and then I think it was it Orange? No, what the hell is Orange County? I can't remember what the hell the county was, but I do know Riverside County was more on the east side. So just on the east side from LA. Get a trust and you'll understand. I don't know what you guys are talking about there. Hey, Jeffs, how are you? Jeff's YouTube. Thanks for visiting. Okay, Fullerton is Orange County. Okay, yeah. I just know it's on the east, brother. I just know it's on the east. But anyways, I tell you all this stuff because you guys, where have I lived in the States? And well, it was economical. I moved from California to Washington State because it was actually more economical than California. But then now it's starting to get to the point where Washington is starting to become just as expensive as California because of population growth so fast, right? During the Biden administration, the housing went through the roof, plus the taxes that the Democrats have been inputting on businesses, property owners, sales taxes, etc. Everything is just going down the drain. So that's why we are in Washington State. Well, right now I'm in Honduras, San Pedro Sula, Honduras, just in case you didn't know. And if I decide to live here, my friends, I will always love America. I will always stand up for the United States of America. My loyalty will always be to the United States of America. And if there's anything that I can do to make a change over there, I will. So if If nothing happens this year, with running for office in Washington State, then I'm going to look at my other options. And most likely, I'm going to be moving out of Washington State. Most likely. But I don't know. I don't know. God knows. I don't know. I can only say yes to whatever door God opens for me. But here's the good news for you, my friends on YouTube. If I live here in Honduras, you got a host. I will treat you like a king and like queen in Honduras. So if I am to live here, you guys will be more than welcome to come, and I will be your personal tour guy. If I go and move to Samoa, you will also have that place where you will always be welcome. Here's for an ice cold tropical soda. C-Marts, I am going to ask my family to take me to Pollo Camperos, and I'm going to record the food. Okay, I'll do a quick live, not too long, but I will do a quick live so that you guys can see that I actually went there. Ventura says, "What the? You look just like a Mexican comedian." I'll take that as a compliment. Let's see. The libtards say billionaires are bad. Libtards, you will never leer anything. You need to find a new leering center. The one that you went to was not very kind to you, was it? Dennis, come to Michigan. I'll make you partner, and it's cheap. Docito, I'm very tempted, my friend. You have, I think since the day one that you came into my chat and you listened to the BS that I'm spreading over here, like some people say, you have shown me that you're like me, like 100% family right away, and the relationship just goes from there, So I appreciate you. I know I appreciate you. Just so you guys know, I don't hold anybody accountable for any promises or comments that you guys make. It's okay, if you guys say you're gonna do something for me, if you're gonna do a donation, or if you're gonna do that and you don't, that's okay. I'm not giving you my friendship so that I can get something from you. That's not how it works. If that's how it worked, I will be a very miserable person on this earth, because most people have let me down when it comes to promises that they made. So I don't keep that. I don't keep that too hard anymore. Run, not Mexican, and as serious as a heart attack. Let's see. Ron says, I was born in Monterey County. Oh shoot, I lost it. Monterey Peninsula Hospital, one of the most beautiful and fertile places on earth. Nice. Seymour says they need to leer so much more. So much more. Seymour's. Jason says move to North Carolina or Arizona. Ah, man. You know what? Somebody told me to move to Texas. There's no mountains there. It sucks. I'm sorry. Hey, I love the United States of America, but man, it's got to have some mountains, man. And no, Colorado is too freaking cold. I don't know how you guys do it, man. I don't know how you guys do it. Michigan, bro. Oh, hell no. I haven't even heard from my sister Trinity in like over a week. I don't know what's going on over there. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. She's from Tennessee. My bad. But I heard Michigan is freaking cold as well. I apologize, guys. My brain is not all there. The best way is to work in Canada and live in Seattle. Interesting. Dennis is intelligent. He's a Republican. You know what's funny is that people say that, but I'm just thinking with common sense. So if Republicans have common sense, that's why we look so much alike. Thank you for responding to a Mr. Nobody. I live in Sodom and Gomorrah, Montreal, Quebec. Oh my goodness. Paul, don't worry, brother. You are in good hands on this live chat. I respect all Latinos and only Latinos, says Docito. Latinos have same morals as Iraqi Christians. I will agree with that. I'll pray for you, but that's all I'll do, says Cray. Cray, that's more than enough, my friend. It's more than enough. I think the questions you have asked me have been legit. I appreciate it. That's all I can ask for. Don't worry, God will put the people that need to be by my side when the time is right. Honduras, that's right, baby. I don't know why. I don't know why you were blocked on that one. Damn, Honduras in his homeland. Yes. All right, let me go ahead and put this bottle in my pocket. And I'm just going to walk you guys a little bit. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Let me see if I can. How do I do this? Give me a second, guys. This is horrible. All right. I'm trying to see if I can show you guys around over here. They're constructing 2 houses right behind me. Yes, it's part of the same family. So that's why you see that construction stuff right there, okay? Hope I don't step on doo-doo here. So I want to show you this mountain here. So you can see that this is not a... That's the wall that you guys thought was a pond. And you can see because of the black streaks, it looked like it was water, cloud reflections on the water. But, hold on, guys. Okay, here we go. But this mountain right here, right where the, sorry, my finger is gonna block it, but right where the fence is, that is all protected mountain, all the way to the top where you see that. And what they're doing, they're just excavating the mountain little by little. And all of this is just wild land. It's not protected yet, but that's what it is. And I can tell you, man, all these trees like this, we just don't have it over there in the States, and I miss it. And you can see up in the mountain, let me see. This is an African palm tree, I think it is. Let me see. I know, I don't have my gimbal. But that's an African palm tree. Sorry, guys. This is not a gimbal, it's just a selfie stick. So all of this is protected land. And so if you see the mountain, it goes all the way around the whole neighborhood. That's a water tank here for the community. That's the 2 houses that they're making. They're like townhomes. They're just separated. All right, guys, wait, you had me for a couple hours, I think, maybe an hour and a half. I don't know how long I've been live. Let's see, 1 hour, 113 minutes. I guess that's almost 2 hours. Hey, if you have been with me, thank you for being here with me. I am gonna go have some lunch, and I'm gonna try to go eat some fried chicken for dinner. So I will try to go live so that you guys can see that as well. Hey, thanks for the super chats. Thank you. You guys are using my PayPal account because that money I can get right away, and then I can go out and do stuff. So thank you all that have been sending me PayPals. I appreciate you. And, you know, if you put a super chat in here as well, it does help, but I only get that once a month, just so you know. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me. God bless you. God bless your family, and God bless the USA. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.